What's up, guys? Mickle here, and it looks like the FTX situation is really starting to catch the eye of a lot of very powerful people in our government. In this video, guys, I want to break down what all the different people in our government are currently saying about FTX. I want to give you my opinion on some of the stuff coming out right now because honestly, some of it is pretty shocking, and I actually think it's going to get us to a much better place in the cryptocurrency industry in the long term. I also want to talk about some other products in the market that people are saying might be in trouble. I want to talk specifically in this video about Greyscale. We are learning some new things from Greyscale right now. I want to give you my opinion on what's going on there. Is the GBTC Bitcoin Trust in trouble? Guys, we're going to talk about that because if that thing goes down, this market is going to get chaotic. Make sure to stick around for that. Last of all, guys, we have some brand new information in the Ripple SEC case about some Amicus briefs. We're going to talk about that. We actually got a shocking new development. So guys, make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. You are not going to want to miss it. If you guys are new to this channel or come here all the time, please take a second to hit the like and subscribe button down below. These two simple things go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys are ever looking for a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my link for Uphold down in the description below. Uphold is a great exchange and my favorite place to buy XRP. With that said though, guys, let's jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, real quick, moomoo has an insane holiday promotion going on right now. You could win up to 15 free stocks and a chance to win up to $60,000 if you sign up with moomoo using the link in the description of this video. Guys, I think you're kind of crazy not to at least try here. This is a lot of money. So guys, make sure to check that out. Moomoo's a regulated exchange. It's a great place to buy and sell stocks. Do not miss out on your opportunity to get some free money. So guys, I want to start this video off and show you a recent interview of Warren Davidson. He was actually on Fox Business the other day talking about the FTX drama. Warren Davidson is one of the few people in Congress who's been giving Gary Gensler a lot of crap. So I want to show you guys what he has to say about the current FTX situation because I think it's pretty clear who he thinks the fault FTX is on. Take a listen to this.
Whether it was Jay Clayton or Gary Gensler, they told everyone in the space, come talk to the SEC and work out your deal. What people found out was there was no escape path. Once you come in and talk to the SEC, you're in endless discovery. And at this point, it's really hard to see how the SEC hasn't engaged in selective enforcement. I mean, they were collaborating closely with the, FTX with Sam Bankman-Fried, and so was the CFTC. Meanwhile, they're going after Kim Kardashian. Yeah. You're like, really? Yeah. You got Kardashian, but you didn't get this FTX fraud?
So guys, I think Warren Davidson makes a really important point here. I don't think he words it perfectly. In the beginning, he said Gary Gensler is telling these different projects to come in and talk and they can't escape. What he left out there is he won't let the good projects escape. Good projects come in to talk to the SEC and say, hey, we just want to make sure what we're doing is okay, but Gary Gensler pins them down, traps them, and hits them with a lawsuit. On the other hand, we have bad companies coming in like FTX, total frauds. They come in and talk to Gary Gensler and they walk out free. Out of everything we have seen come out of the SEC the last couple years, the most confusing and hard to wrap your head around thing about how the SEC operates is the fact that we have legitimate companies trying to be as transparent as possible, and all they want to do is use cryptocurrencies in their business, and the SEC refuses to give them any clarity. On the other hand, now we have total Ponzi schemes, complete frauds that come in and talk to the SEC, and the SEC knows exactly what's going on with this company. I mean, FTX, for crying out loud, didn't have a CFO. They didn't have a board of directors. These are obvious signs of fraud, and Gary Gensler let them run free. What we are learning right now about the SEC is that they are pay to play. You pay them enough money and they'll let you go. If you don't give them the money or they just don't like you, well then you're getting dragged into an endless lawsuit and they're going to try to run you out of money. It's completely embarrassing, but the good news is a lot of these different regulators in Congress are really starting to figure out that the SEC is the problem. I think when only Ripple was under scrutiny by the SEC, it was a little more ambiguous. A lot of these congressmen aren't watching Ripple and XRP like us every single day. They didn't know how absurd the SEC's case really was because they just don't know that much about cryptocurrency. But when you see the facts that Gary Gensler was specifically meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried and let Sam Bankman-Fried have a free pass to our financial system, and Gary Gensler himself gave Sam Bankman-Fried a no action letter to let him keep running FTX, well guys, that's when things become a little more obvious that the SEC has not been doing its job, and even worse than that, they actually have an agenda to try to pick winners and losers in this market. Either way, though, guys, the good news for us is we're not even going to have to count on different regulators. XRP is going to get its win through the court, and it's looking more likely than ever before that that win is something that we are going to get. So guys, now I want to move on and quickly cover something that I actually touched on in my video yesterday. Altcoin Daily tweeted out, "I own 0 XRP, too much risk for me." Well, guys, the other day in my video, I speculated that Altcoin Daily likely pumped a whole bunch of different frauds and Ponzi schemes in the crypto space. I didn't have any proof, but here we are with Stephen Hubert showing the different projects that Altcoin Daily apparently didn't think were a lot of risk, and those include BlockFi, who is now bankrupt. That includes FTX, that is now bankrupt in a proven Ponzi scheme. It includes Luna, which we all know what happened with Luna. That's a Ponzi scheme. And then we have him also promoting, once again, FTX and Tom Brady and Alameda Research. Once again, a Ponzi scheme. Guys, it's so funny that these guys will come out and say crazy things like, "I own 0 XRP, it's too risky." Oh yeah, well, BlockFi, Luna, Solana, and FTX weren't too risky. Guys, it just shows that not only do these people have no idea what they're talking about, but they're not looking out for your best interests. Not only is this guy going to try to put you in the worst projects in the entire market, but then he's going to try to FUD you out of the actual good ones. This is one of the things that absolutely blows my mind about people like this. It's like Ripple literally has the former treasurer of the United States on their board of directors. How ignorant do you have to be to think that you're actually smarter than a former treasurer of the United States who has her name on almost all the money in circulation in the United States? And guys, the crazy thing is, Ripple has so many different board members just like this, so many people who are so high up in our financial system, and then you have this random guy who literally promotes Ponzi schemes saying it's too much risk. I just want to show you guys, if you see something like this, just ignore it. It means absolutely nothing. And honestly, it's probably more of a bullish sign that he is still FUDding XRP, because it shows us that the mainstream people in crypto still have no idea what they're talking about. So guys, now I want to move on and quickly talk about Greyscale. There's a lot of FUD going around with Greyscale right now because they hold a ton of Bitcoin, and people are really worried that if Greyscale goes under, they're going to be forced to sell all their Bitcoin onto the market, and this would destroy the crypto market and pretty much every single coin out there, not just Bitcoin. So I just want to point out that they actually did release something the other day that's getting a lot of FUD behind it, but I actually think it's a pretty big step. Essentially what this is, it's a really long tweet thread. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but essentially the most important thing in this tweet thread is they actually have a letter signed by Coinbase where Coinbase is saying, "We have all of Grayscale's Bitcoin, it's all safe, we don't lend any of it out, it's all here, but we can't give you the public address because unfortunately it leads to safety concerns." What I want to point out here is that a lot of people are FUDding the fact that they won't give the public address, but guys, it really does make sense to me why they wouldn't give this out. They probably want to be as safe as possible with the massive amount of Bitcoins they have in some of these accounts. I mean, they have over 600,000 Bitcoin. I can see why they would want to be as safe as possible. I want to point out, though, that the fact that Coinbase is signing off on Greyscale's product, guys, Coinbase is a publicly traded company with shareholders. They won't sign off on something for Greyscale and lie. That just doesn't happen in the US public markets. A lot of people have a lot of fear built up because of FTX. They think all of these crypto companies operate the same way as FTX. Guys, they don't. Coinbase is a lot more professional. If Coinbase is willing to sign off on one of Greyscale's products, I think this is a massive sign that they probably do have the Bitcoin. And guys, Greyscale has been around since 2013. Obviously, this is not financial advice. If you hold Greyscale and you're worried, definitely do your own research. But from what I'm seeing, this seems like a very good sign. And I really do think that if there's going to be more players going under in this market, I don't think the ones going under are going to be Greyscale or Coinbase. They seem to be handling this pretty well, in my opinion. Now, guys, I want to finish this video off and give you a quick update on the Amicus briefs in this case, because we saw every single person who applied to file an Amicus brief in support of Ripple follow through. They are all filed, but we actually did get some pretty interesting developments from the two parties that filed Amicus briefs in support of the SEC. First of all, it looked like NSEI actually did submit their Amicus brief. Guys, I have no idea who these people are. Take a look at their Twitter account. Look at how weird this thing looks. I mean, this looks like it was made by a 4th grader. And if you take a look through their tweets, I mean, these are the weirdest tweets you've ever seen. They're interacting with different influencers, like all caps, all these just really weird things. It doesn't look like a professional Twitter at all. And they're talking about cryptocurrencies, baseball. I mean, it looks like some random person runs this account. It doesn't look like it's an actual business. It looks like someone made this in like Microsoft Paint and then just filed a random Amicus brief. This one really has me confused. I have no idea where this came from. I mean, the Amicus brief was pretty bad. It's not like I'm worried about it. I'm more just confused. Like, who made this? What an ugly design for a profile picture. Either way, though, let's keep moving because this guy, Adrian, and he is the CEO of Accredify, actually pulled out his Amicus brief. Guys, this guy got a ton of crap from the XRP community about his Amicus brief. He was essentially saying that it was obvious XRP was a security, and guys, he got absolutely destroyed. If you just read through the comments on any of his posts, it's absolutely brutal. People are ripping him apart, and it looks like he fell from the pressure. It looks like he is not submitting his Amicus brief in support of the SEC, and guys, that just shows you how much influence we really have. We made this guy literally back out of this case, and in my opinion, that is a huge step forward. It's going to show the judge that the people supporting the SEC weren't even confident with their own briefs. And guys, this guy really took it on the chin here. What a joke. I actually do respect him for listening to people and saying like, look, what you did is really bad. It doesn't help any XRP holders. If the guy was a real bonehead, he would have kept going through with it. He would have just kept trying to FUD XRP. At least he pulled it back. Either way, though, I thought that was pretty funny. So it looks like the SEC now only has one Amicus brief in support of their points, and it's by this sketchy Twitter account, New Sports Economy Institute. I have no idea what this is. It seems like a joke to me. If that's the best the SEC could get, well, guys, it's pretty fitting based on how bad their case has been up until this point. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.